Has someone you deeply care about started showing small but concerning changes over the past several months? Perhaps you've noticed little things, like they're eating less, moving more slowly, or becoming quieter and less involved in conversations. Many of us assume that when the time comes for our loved ones to pass away, it happens suddenly and without warning. However, the reality is often different. In most cases, the body gently begins signaling its decline weeks, months, or even up to a year beforehand. Unfortunately, these subtle clues are easy to overlook, and it's usually only later, looking back, that families recognize the signs they missed when it is too late to truly prepare and cherish the precious moments left. In this video, we are going to talk openly and compassionately about 5 important signs that frequently appear in the months leading up to the final stage of life. Some of these may feel familiar, things you've already noticed but dismissed as normal aging. Others might seem minor, yet beneath the surface, they're indicating significant changes. Recognizing these signs early can make all the difference, giving you valuable time to offer better care. Cherish meaningful moments together, and ensure that your loved one's final months or year are filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. One of the first signs you might notice is unexpected weight loss. Perhaps your loved one's clothes suddenly look looser, their belts tighter, or they're not finishing their meals as eagerly as before. It's easy to assume this is just part of growing older, but unintentional weight loss often points to something deeper. When the body starts losing weight without any clear reason, it usually means that it's struggling to absorb nutrients, digest food efficiently, or maintain muscle mass. Aging naturally involves some loss of muscle, but when weight drops quickly or steadily, it often signals that the body's essential systems are beginning to slow down significantly. You may also notice their appetite fading. Food might not taste as good to them anymore, meals become less appealing, and gradually they start skipping meals or choosing smaller portions. This isn't simply preference, it's a real physiological shift. Their body, sensing that it's nearing the final stages, slowly stops signaling hunger as strongly as before. Encouraging your loved one to eat their favorite meals or supplement their diet with protein drinks may sometimes help temporarily. But if their weight continues dropping, it's important to understand this isn't just about nutrition anymore. It's their body gently preparing itself for a deeper transition. At this point, comfort and quality of life matter most. Choosing foods that are easy to swallow, gentle on digestion, and comforting along with ensuring they stay well hydrated can greatly improve their day-to-day comfort. Alongside weight loss, you may notice another significant sign: extreme fatigue and persistent weakness. This isn't the normal tiredness you might feel after a busy day. It's a deep exhaustion that doesn't lift, even after rest. Suddenly, everyday tasks become exhausting. Getting out of bed takes effort. Walking across the room feels daunting, and activities they once enjoyed, like cooking, gardening, or chatting with friends, now drain their energy rapidly. It's important to understand that this kind of fatigue isn't about laziness or lack of motivation. Rather, it's the body's natural way of conserving the limited energy it has left. As organ function slows down, the heart pumps less efficiently, circulation becomes weaker, and muscles receive less oxygen. This explains why someone who once easily moved around may now feel unsteady or weak. Even simple conversations can feel overwhelming, leaving them quieter or withdrawn. You might find your loved ones sleeping more frequently, needing longer naps during the day, or having sudden drops in energy. Perhaps one moment they seem alert, and the next they're completely drained. Emotionally, this profound fatigue can be especially challenging. Many seniors who once valued their independence deeply can feel embarrassed or frustrated by their sudden lack of energy. They might avoid social interactions or pull back from activities they used to enjoy, not because they've stopped caring, but simply because it's too exhausting to participate. For families, this period can be especially difficult. Watching a loved one transition from active and engaged to withdrawn and tired is hard to accept. You might feel the urge to encourage them to push through, hoping they'll regain their former energy. But at this stage, pushing harder won't help. The best approach is gentle understanding, letting them rest when they need to, supporting them without judgment, and offering comfort and compassion as their body navigates this final chapter. If you're beginning to notice these signs, significant weight loss, reduced appetite, persistent fatigue, and growing weakness, now is the time to slow down and truly be present. Recognizing what's happening isn't about giving up hope. Rather, it's about making the most of every remaining moment together. Your presence, understanding, and compassion can provide incredible comfort to your loved one during this vulnerable time. Cherish each conversation. Hold on to those gentle moments of closeness, and know that your thoughtful care can bring profound peace and dignity to their journey. When someone you deeply love is going through a significant transition, it's a moment to slow down and cherish every conversation, every quiet moment. It's a chance to offer them peace, kindness, and comfort without any expectations or pressure. Because ultimately, it is not about what they can still do or how much they can engage. It is about making sure they feel loved, understood, and at ease during this tender time. If you've been finding these insights valuable, please take a moment and let me know by leaving a comment below. Your feedback means so much. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I warmly invite you to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be informed whenever we share more helpful content. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful videos that inform and inspire. Now, let us gently continue to explore another subtle but powerful sign you may notice as a loved one approaches the final stages of life: cognitive confusion and emotional withdrawal. When someone nears this phase, you may notice changes in how they think, communicate, or interact. Perhaps a family member who once was sharp, vibrant, and engaged is now becoming more forgetful. They may repeat themselves, struggle to follow a simple conversation, or become disoriented in familiar surroundings. You might notice they seem confused about the date, the time, or even the names of people they've known for years. It's important to recognize that this isn't just ordinary forgetfulness. Instead, it's the quiet signal of their brain receiving less oxygen and fewer nutrients as their body slows down. Sometimes, they might have clear moments followed quickly by episodes of confusion, as if their mind is gently drifting between clarity and fog. This experience can be disorienting for both them and you. Alongside these cognitive changes, you might notice emotional withdrawal. Someone who once loved social gatherings or lively conversations may now seem uninterested or quiet. You might see them sitting silently more often, not because they don't care about those around them, but because their brain is struggling to process emotions and social interactions as it once did. Conversations become more exhausting for them. Loud places become overwhelming, and eventually, many people withdraw into their own peaceful inner world. You may also observe shifts in mood and behavior. Some people may become more easily frustrated or anxious. Others might seem unusually calm, distant, or indifferent to things that previously mattered deeply to them. This isn't because they've changed in character. Rather, it's a gentle signal of their brain adjusting to the body's natural slowing. As cognitive function declines, expressing emotions and reactions to everyday situations becomes more challenging. For family and friends, witnessing these changes can be heart-wrenching. It might feel as though you're losing the person you love long before they're truly gone. However, remember that these changes aren't intentional, they are beyond their control. Instead of trying to pull them back into your reality, try gently stepping into theirs. Speak softly, provide reassurance, and simply be present. Even when they don't respond, your presence is felt and deeply comforting. If your loved one is showing increased confusion, forgetfulness, or withdrawal, don't dismiss it. These subtle signs indicate that their mind and body are beginning to prepare for the next stage. Now is the time for patience, tenderness, and gentle support. Create an environment that feels safe, familiar, and peaceful. Because even when words start to fade, love and comfort remain powerful, meaningful, and deeply felt. As we continue this journey together, let us explore another important sign that often appears during this delicate period: frequent infections and slow healing. When the body begins to wind down, one clear physical indicator is a weakening immune system. Perhaps you've noticed your loved one, who rarely used to get sick, now catches every passing cold, flu, or minor infection. Illnesses that once resolved quickly linger for weeks or even months, and small wounds or bruises take noticeably longer to heal. This isn't just random coincidence. It's a signal from their body that it can no longer defend and repair itself as efficiently as before. Repeated infections like pneumonia, urinary tract infections, skin issues, or oral infections become increasingly common and difficult to manage. Antibiotics, once effective within days, might now require longer treatment courses or higher doses. The body, with slower circulation and declining organ function, simply doesn't respond as quickly or effectively anymore. An often overlooked sign is chronic wounds. Small cuts, scratches, or bruises that keep reopening or don't heal promptly can indicate poor blood flow. Without proper circulation, skin and tissues aren't getting enough oxygen or nutrients, dramatically slowing the healing process. For individuals who spend more time immobile, pressure sores become a serious risk and must be carefully managed to prevent infections. What makes this even more challenging is that infections in elderly loved ones don't always appear the way we expect. Rather than a high fever or clear symptoms, your loved one might simply seem more tired, confused, or uninterested in eating, subtle clues that can easily be mistaken for normal aging. Understanding these gentle signals helps you focus on providing comfort rather than aggressive treatments that might no longer bring meaningful improvement. At this point, keeping your loved one hydrated, gently caring for their skin, and creating a soothing environment may do more good than another round of medical interventions. As you navigate this chapter, hold on to compassion and patience. While it's natural to want to fight against these changes, sometimes the most meaningful care you can provide is acceptance, comfort, and unwavering support. Your thoughtful attention, gentle touch, and reassuring presence are priceless gifts in this tender stage of life. When someone you love experiences a sudden decline in mental clarity, it's often the first gentle warning that an infection might be present even before the more obvious symptoms appear. Recognizing these subtle changes early can profoundly impact how comfortable and supported your loved one feels during this tender stage of life. It can be incredibly frustrating and heartbreaking for families witnessing their loved one struggle with recurring infections or slow healing. The impulse to push for aggressive treatments, another round of antibiotics, or yet another hospital stay is understandable. We naturally want to help them recover, hoping one more treatment will turn things around. But at a certain point, the focus shifts gently away from curing and towards providing comfort. In these delicate moments, simple actions like ensuring they're well, keeping their skin gently moisturized, and creating a calm, soothing environment often offer greater relief and dignity than aggressive medical interventions that might only prolong discomfort. If you're finding these insights helpful, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, I warmly encourage you to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll always know when new videos are available. Your support truly helps us keep sharing thoughtful and informative content. Now, let us gently move forward and explore another important sign that the body is approaching its final stages: changes in breathing and circulation. One of the clearest indications that the body is gradually preparing for life's final chapter is noticeable changes in breathing patterns. You might observe your loved one's breathing becoming shallower, slower, or irregular. Perhaps there are noticeable pauses between breaths, or a rhythmic pattern called Cheyne-Stokes breathing might emerge. Gentle cycle of rapid, deep breaths followed by quiet pauses. Initially, these breathing changes can seem subtle, but over time, they usually become more frequent and pronounced. Alongside breathing changes, circulation often weakens as the heart gently slows its rhythm. You may find their hands, feet, fingers, or even their nose and ears becoming cooler to the touch. The skin in these areas might appear pale, bluish, or mottled, reflecting the body's careful prioritization of blood flow to vital organs rather than extremities. Your loved one might also begin to experience more shortness of breath, even with minimal movement or simply while speaking or shifting position. Activities that were once easy, such as sitting up or walking across the room, now leave them breathless and tired. They might prefer breathing through their mouth or need frequent pauses to catch their breath during conversations. At times, you might notice a persistent cough or a gurgling sound indicating fluid buildup in their lungs, causing a feeling of chest tightness or discomfort. Often, family members assume it's just congestion from a cold, but in seniors nearing the end of life, this often reflects weakening lung function. Your loved one may become more comfortable sleeping propped up with extra pillows or resting in a recliner to ease their breathing. Watching these changes unfold can feel frightening and unsettling. It's natural to worry and feel the urge to encourage deeper breaths or call for immediate interventions. But in many cases, these changes represent the body's natural and gentle slowing down, a peaceful preparation for what's to come. While we can't always reverse these signs, we can offer comfort, dignity, and reassurance. Simple steps like keeping the room comfortably cool, using a humidifier to ease their breathing, or offering small sips of water can greatly ease their discomfort. In certain cases, medications or supplemental oxygen might help, but the primary goal at this stage is comfort rather than cure. If you notice these signs, changing breathing patterns, cooler hands and feet, or bluish tones in the skin, it's important to simply remain present. Offer gentle reassurance, keep their surroundings peaceful, and remind them with your presence that they are safe, loved, and never alone. As we near the end of our time together in this video, let's pause for a moment and reflect on what we've discussed. Significant weight loss, profound fatigue, cognitive confusion, frequent infections, and notable changes in breathing and circulation. These 5 signs often gently appear in the months leading up to a loved one's final transition. They may not all occur at once, and some may seem subtle at first, but recognizing them early empowers you to provide compassionate care, prepare emotionally and practically, and ensure that your loved one's final chapter is filled with comfort and peace. It's entirely natural to feel resistance to these changes, hoping your loved one can eat more, regain energy, or push through fatigue. But sometimes, the greatest act of love is to simply listen to what their body is gently saying. Instead of trying to fight against the inevitable, focus on making their remaining time meaningful, peaceful, and filled with dignity. Understanding these signs isn't about fear, it's about preparedness, compassion, and acceptance. When you notice these gentle cues, you can make thoughtful decisions. Cherish your remaining moments together, and ensure your loved one feels valued and deeply loved. If you're noticing these signs in someone close to you, take a deep breath and remember, you're not alone on this journey. Many others have walked this path before, and knowing what to expect can bring strength, patience, and peace. Thank you for sharing this meaningful conversation with me today. Please leave a comment and share one thing you've learned and how it may help you in your own life. Your thoughts and stories matter greatly, inspiring not only me but also others watching this video. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support means the world and enables us to continue creating heartfelt content. Until next time, thank you for watching, and may your days be filled with moments of love, comfort, and deep connection.